What is up, guys? My name is Nick and welcome back to another Black Ops 6 video. Now we're going to go into the settings today, and there's a lot of stuff that you guys are probably going to need to change. If you're using the same settings from Modern Warfare 3, this is not it. You do not want to do that. You're going to feel clunky, you're going to feel slow, you're going to be losing gunfights you do not want to be losing. Everything's just going to feel really bad. So the past week, I've been going over my settings, tweaking everything, and I think I found something that actually works perfectly. Now guys, before we get into the actual settings, if you could drop a like on this video, I would truly appreciate that. You know, the YouTube algorithm sometimes punches me in the face, so if you guys could hit that like button, it truly does help a lot. Sub to the channel with those notifications turned on, and let me know down in the comments below, what is your EKIA, or your estimated kills, whatever they call it nowadays. What is your KD down in the comments below? I'm nearing a 2.0. I want to get there. I got to get there. But let's get into the settings. The first thing we're going to be talking about is obviously controller settings. All right, that's probably all we're going to be focusing on today. There's a few other things that we're going to go into, like interface and account and network. Well, you know, we'll get these out of the way quickly, and then we'll go into controller, because that's really important. We'll be there in just a sec. All right, so in the interface, what you want to do here is pretty much just look at it, go down, scroll down to where you can, and then I forget where it is. I always forget where oh yeah, it's not even in here. They have weird, it's in Gameplay HUD. They have such a weird way they made the settings this time. All right, I just don't like it. Okay, you're gonna want to put the compass type to minimap. You're gonna want to set the minimap to square. Okay, this is gonna help you see a lot more. It doesn't really matter, I mean, it's all personal preference, but that's pretty important. And then in crosshair, you're gonna obviously want to turn it on. You're gonna go to show more. You're gonna put on the dot, center dot scale to the largest, and then the spread you're gonna have on as well. So kind of like the further it is, though, if you go prone, it gets smaller and stuff. It's just it's nice like that. All right, and then the opacity 100. Now you could set it to purple, or you could set it to yellow. I actually might end up switching this to yellow eventually. I know a lot of people like it at purple, but you could go ahead and just switch it to yellow if you want. Yellow seems to work. A lot of people seem to like yellow a lot better. Yellow and purple, it just helps you see a lot easier. There's not much purple on the map. Yellow is like what your eye really focuses on and stuff. Your eye pays more attention to yellow. So go ahead and set it to that if you guys like. I'm going to go ahead and apply custom color. We're going to leave it at yellow for a bit. Let's see how that looks. Now in the actual, actually let's just do one last thing here. You're going to go over to account and network, and then you're going to turn this off. All right. This you do not want on. You want it off at all times. It's just, it's not cool to have on. It makes you freeze a couple of times. You might be shooting at an enemy, you might micro freeze, and it's not worth it in gunfights. After that, we're going to go over to controller. A lot of people tell me on console you don't have graphics, like you don't have brightness and all that. Let me know if that's true. I don't know if that's true, but anyways, in controller settings, there's a lot of stuff we're going to look at. A lot of stuff changed, a lot of stuff needs to be worked on. All right, so I suggest, and I'm not going to tell you guys to run whatever sensitivity I run, but I suggest a slightly higher sensitivity in this game. I play on 5.5 normally. That's what I like to play on, or 5.6, something like this. This is what I like to play on, but it's not worth it in this game. So I'm going to set it to 10 and 11. And the reason you want to do that is because when you put it lower, it just feels clunky. It feels slow. It doesn't feel right. And I noticed playing higher does actually feel better. So if you're one of those cracked out players that can play on 20, all power to you. I can't do it. Simplified controls, we're going to turn it off. Low motor strain off and bumper ping off. Now this swap L1 and R1, if it's locked for you, just go over to button layout, set it to default, and flipped. All right, to flip it, I think you just press, I don't know, I think it's just gonna say default, and then you go here, and it's gonna be unlocked, and then you press on, and then you could go back here and you could change your layout. So all I switch pretty much is I just flip my L1 R1 with R2 and L2, and I flip my knife with my jump so that I could press my right joystick to jump instead. And jump shots are actually really good in this game. If you guys could get good at jump shots, you'll be good. Controller vibration, I turn it off. No need in having that on. Trigger effect, again, I got it off. And then dead zones, I really had to play in here to figure out something that works nice. All right, so left trigger and right trigger, for some reason the default is 13. I think that's the default. Don't set it to that. Set it all the way down to 0, so that when you actually press your triggers, the second you press it, it activates in game. If it's up at 13, which I think the default is, and you press it, you're gonna have to press it a little tighter, a little harder in order to activate it. So don't do that. It's such a waste of time. I don't know why they do that, but it is what it is. Now left stick minimum, I put it to 0. If you have some stick drift, put it up. If you notice that you don't have any more stick drift at 5, then you're good to go at 5. Try lowering it. If you see that you have stick drift, then you can't play at 4, you're at 5. That's pretty good. Now I'm gonna put mine to 0 because I'm alright on the left stick. Now the left stick max, I normally play on 40. This is something that I always do. I always play on 40. But again, in this game, it just feels slow and clunky. You want your movements to be as fast as possible. You want everything to just work when you're sprinting, all that kind of stuff. You just want it to be fast. When you move backwards, when you go sideways, you want it to just activate almost instantly. Set it down to 25. That's what I noticed, and that it works out really nicely there. And then right stick, I do have stick drift, so I have to set mine to 5. And if you could put it to 0, definitely put it to 0. And then I set mine to 100 because, yeah, you want, as long as you don't put this down, you should be good. This, if the higher you put it, the more range you have, the more you can move while aiming and stuff. If you lower this, I don't know why people lower it, you tighten your aiming and stuff, it just feels really off. It doesn't feel good at all. Sensitivity multiplier, so basically air vehicle sensitivity multiplier, this is, I don't know, there's no real air vehicles except for kill streaks that you could use, but I put this down to 60. And then tablet sensitivity multiplier, I put this down to 85. Now I don't notice much of a difference when calling in a Hellstorm, where like if I put this up to 100 or 60, it still feels the same. So I feel like a Hellstorm is in this one right here. And if you guys are calling in those Hellstorms and they feel fast and you can't control them, lower these two right here. I'm not sure which one it is, I'm still testing it out, but lower these two right here and you'll get more control over it. And then ADS sensitivity multiplier, this is when you're in focus like a sniper or something. Put this down to like 0.90. It'll feel good, it'll feel right. And then aiming advanced settings, we're going to go into this, and this is something you want to fix right here. All right, so we're going to go to this right here, look inversion, no point. ADS sensitivity transition timing instant. Third person ADS correction type assist. I don't really use third person, but it is what it is. And then aim response curve, you're going to set it to dynamic. Now dynamic feels good. A lot of people say linear is good as well. I've noticed dynamic just feels a lot easier to control. And now when you do this, you're going to want to open this up by pressing square. It might be A on Xbox, I'm not sure. And you're going to set the response curve slope scale down to 0.80. Okay, 1 is what it's normally at. You're going to put it down to 0.80, and it's just going to, you're going to see that your accuracy is a lot better, a lot easier to control, and just the aim assist is also working really nice as well when you do this. So definitely go ahead and set that. Then the custom sensitivity per zoom, I have this on, and I only switched up my low zoom multiplier. So like if you're using a red dot sight, if you're using iron sights or something, this is where this comes in handy. All right, now I normally play on 0.85 or 0.90. In this game you want it at 0.95. Everything happens so fast, people move so fast, you don't want to have this lower than that. So 0.95 is good. I tried 0.85. Again, it feels slow, it feels clunky, it doesn't feel good at all. So 0.95 is what I'm going to set that at. In the movement, we're going to turn off sprint assist, no point. Mantle assist off as well. Crouch assist off as well. I mean, they're kind of cool. Like if you're running and you want to mantle something automatically, it'll do that. It'll do it for you. But there's sometimes where I don't want to mantle something. I don't want to jump over something. So I'm going to turn that off. And then corner slice, I have this on. The reason I have corner slice on is because I kind of like that little peek it gives you. It gives you a little bit of an advantage. So I just use it for that reason. This is all personal preference. If you don't like it, if you don't like when you're looking at a corner that your character kind of like looks over it a bit, definitely turn that off. Slide dive behavior, I just have tap to slide, and you could obviously change that, but I like tap to slide. I like it a lot. Auto door peek off. If I'm aiming on sights, I don't want the door to peek open or anything. If I'm aiming on sights at a door and I'm standing beside it, it's because I think someone's going to bash right through it. Automatic airborne mantle. For some reason, this was on. I don't know why. I just found out today. Like, I was playing for a whole week, and I just found out today. Turn it off. You don't want automatic airborne mantle. If you get into a gunfight and you're jumping, because jump shots are really good in this game, you don't want to mantle anything. Just turn it off. It's not cool. Sprint restore, I have this on. It's kind of nice. If you do like weird movements and stuff, you don't have to push on your left stick to sprint again. It'll just automatically restore the sprint if you have that stamina and stuff, so that's pretty cool as well. Slide maintain sprint, obviously we're going to have that on. And then pretty much here, there's nothing more important. And then if we open this, I mean, you guys could copy that. There's really... it's whatever. Sprinting door bash, I just wish they didn't have doors in the game, but they're there, so it is what it is. And then in combat, this is the last thing we could talk about. Again, there's not much. This is all personal preference, so you guys could copy me here. I'm going to scroll down a bit. You guys could just kind of see it. I don't have to scroll down. That's all about it. And then that's pretty much it. Now, there is one thing we could change. I'm going to look for it, and I'll get right back to you guys. All right, so it's right here. You're going to go to interface, and then you're going to go to gameplay HUD again. And what you're going to do here is you're going to go to the HUD presets, and you could change it to whatever you like. This is going to help you guys out a lot as well. One that I kind of recommend is the larger one here, so the magnified one. It's going to make the minimap bigger. It's going to make everything else bigger. It's pretty cool. It's nice. You still got to move your eyes a lot, especially if you're playing on a TV. This is what I wouldn't would not recommend, but if you're playing on a TV, this one might be worth it, where you don't have to move your eyes from the center of the screen. You just look down a bit, you see your mini map, you look a little bit to your left, you see your ammunition, a little bit to your right, you see your lethals, tacticals, and all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty cool too. This one's alright as well. The mini map is a little bigger on this one, so it's pretty cool as well. But you guys could just pretty much change it to whatever you like. I really like the HUD bounce. I think it's pretty cool. And then you could change the visuals. So like the mini map shape, I had it on square. I don't know why it's around there again. And then all that kind of stuff you could go ahead and change, and then the colors, obviously. What I really recommend is color filter 2. If you're having trouble seeing enemies, set it to color filter 2, and then, yeah, you're pretty good. That's gonna be it for the video. Like I said, if you guys could drop a like, I would truly appreciate that. Sub to the channel with those noties turned on. Let me know your KDs down in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Nick, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.